Good morning. This is Dr. J. Deepa, Assistant Professor, Department of Food Technology, Hindustan College of Engineering and Technology, Coimbatore. This video is related to the applications of heat and mass transfer. And here we are going to see about frying of food materials. Frying is the cooking of food in oil or another fat, a technique that is originated in ancient Egypt around 2500 BC. So frying is the unit operation which is mainly used to alter the eating quality of the food. A secondary consideration is the preservative effect by thermal destruction of the microorganisms and reduction in water activity. When food is placed in the hot oil, the surface temperature rises rapidly and water is vaporized as steam. The surface then begins to dry out. The plane of evaporation moves inside the food and a crust is formed. The surface temperature of the food then rises to that of the hot oil and the internal temperature rises more slowly towards 100 degrees Celsius. The rate of heat transfer is controlled by the temperature difference between the oil and the food. The rate of heat transfer and thermal conductivity of the food is more important. Two principles of frying, we have mass transfer and heat transfer. Water migrates from the central portion towards the wall and to the edges and to the outer surfaces. Heat transfer, water carries off heat from the hot oil surrounding the food. So here this picture shows shallow frying and deep frying. So changes in food and oil during the frying process. In food, we have loss of moisture. We can see the development of dark color, firm texture and fried flavor. In oil, we can see a bland flavor at initial frying stages and changes due to chemical reactions. And we can see the viscosity, dark and viscous. Next is the unsaturated fatty acid decreases with increasing number or time of frying. Oil and food both undergo severe changes during frying. This depends on different frying process, variables of oil, food and process conditions. Understanding new compounds in different oil and their reactions and functions are important during the frying process. Types of frying. So there were two main methods of commercial frying which are distinguished by the method of heat transfer involved. These were shallow frying and deep fat frying. Shallow or contact frying. This method is most suited to foods which have large surface area to volume ratio. For example, bacon slices, egg, burger, etc. Here, heat is transferred to the food mostly by conduction from hot surface of the pan through a thin layer of oil. The thickness of the layer of oil varies as a result of irregularities in the surface of the food. This together with the action of bubbles of steam which lift the food off the hot surface causes temperature variations as frying proceeds and produces the characteristic irregular browning of shallow fried foods. Heat and mass transfer in shallow frying and deep fat frying is shown in this picture. So batch fryer with potato slices. We can see the batch fryer with potato slices. Deep fat frying. Heat transfer is a combination of convection within the hot oil and conduction to the interior of the food. All surfaces of the food receive a similar heat treatment to produce an uniform color and appearance. Deep fat frying is suitable for foods of all shapes, but irregularly shaped foods or pieces with a greater surface mass ratio tend to absorb and entertain a greater volume of oil when it is removed from the fryer. This picture shows the changes in product during deep fat frying. So here this indicates the crust formation and this is the center part. So this shows the oil uptake and we have oil uptake and moisture loss. Non-enzymatic browning will be taking place, water vaporization, beneficial compound degradation and then frying oil hydrolysis. These were some of the changes noticed during the deep fat frying process. Equipments. Coming to the equipments, we have shallow frying equipments and continuous deep fat fryers. Shallow frying equipment consists of a heated metal surface covered in a thin layer of oil. Commercially, continuous deep fat fryers are more important. In batch operation, the food is suspended in a bath of hot oil and retained for the required degree of frying and often assessed by the changes in surface color. Continuous deep fat fryer consists of a stainless steel mesh conveyor which is submerged in a thermostatically controlled oil tank. They are heated by electricity, gas, fuel oil or steam. Food is metered into the oil by slow moving paddles and either sinks into a submerged conveyor, or if the food floats, is held below the surface by a second conveyor. This shows the deep fat frying of batch type, and this is the commercially available batch type fat fryers. And this is the deep fat frying of a continuous type, where the food samples will be moved over the conveyor belt, and it enters the oil tank, and it gets fried, and it will be taken out to the conveyor, and the oil will be drained, and this oil will be used again for another type. Thank you.